Oh God, it hurts to think about it. Here we are, downtown DC, home of the Capital One Center. When Abe Pollin announced that he was going to move the Washington Bullets and the Washington Capitals to DC and give them a downtown home, he wanted local people to be involved in the goings-on in the building. So we bid to be one of the restaurants and bars inside. And damn, he gave it to us. We were shocked. We couldn't believe it. But we became the founders of Velocity Grill. And that was on the far corner at 6th and F. I had an inkling that it wanted to be on the corner of 7th and F. Like, I really knew that 7th Street was going to be the big street and that 6th Street was going to be kind of the secondary street. I should have gone with that first feeling and said, no, we're not going to do it unless we're on 7th Street. We did ask, but they said, no, you have to be a block down on 6th Street. We told ourselves, you know, we're going to build something that's so great, people will walk that block and it'll be busy because the whole building's going to be busy, and it was all very magical that all this great stuff was coming to downtown DC. Well, we opened and we closed. It was like almost that fast. We didn't last a year. And Velocity Grill was problematic. We had a tough partnership and we didn't have a vision. You know, we had opened these really successful sort of pool-themed bars, Buffalo Billiards, Carpool, Bedrock Billiards, Atomic Billiards, and they'd been super successful. But this was just going to be a big bar. My thought was we just put 2 big walk-in coolers with bars built around them. We serve people drinks, they go to the game. But Abe Pollin told one of our partners that he wanted steaks and white tablecloths. And that guy said, okay, we can do it. So the next thing you knew, we were hiring a kitchen. We were trying to cook steaks. People would come in the door at 6. They would want to eat, settle up, and be out the door at 7 to go to the game. It was impossible. It could never work. And it didn't work. It was honestly one of the hardest moments of my life when that failed. I lost sleep. We brought in a ton of money from friends, from family, from people who had been our loyal investors in other places. One of my close friends' father had invested a lot of money. He had known me growing up as a kid and just liked me and liked the pitch. I remember talking to him, I said, I'm so sorry about this. And he grabbed me and he said, look, Jeff, nobody invests in a bar without having a little bit of an idea that it might not work. He said, this failed, but I saw how hard you worked, and he said, just get over it. It's done. And he sort of gave me permission with that to accept that we had failed. He died soon after. That was the other crazy thing. But he gave me permission to be okay with that failure, and that meant a lot to me. So here we are in front of what used to be Velocity Grill. And I remember when they built this building, it was glitzy and new and bright and fantastic. We got open. All the crowds would come from that side. They'd go in the doors, then they'd leave and go that way. We were just out of reach. We had been successful in everything we'd done to that point, and we thought for some reason that everything we touched was gold, and that we'd open this place that was 3 floors. It had a view into the practice court. We had glass stairs. We had a glass floor. The thing was stupid. What did I learn here? Well, I learned that we knew how to raise a lot of money. I also learned that we weren't going to win every time. You know, I thought that we were perfect. We had had nothing but success. We came down here. We just assumed if we opened it, it'd be fantastic. It wasn't. It failed. It hurt a lot, but it taught me a lot too. It taught me that you can kind of get back up and do it again and figure it out. I remember saying, I will never open in this neighborhood again. Never. Then we opened Rocket Bar, Iron Horse, Jackpot, and Penn Social. And honestly, those are some of the best bars we ever opened. So, you know, had to lick the wound a little bit, get back up on my feet, and fight again. So, you know, f*** you, Velocity Grill. No, not really. If you want to come in and have a beer, it's now Caesar's Sportsbook. I've never set foot in here. I don't think I ever will.